And the one that stands out the most is that she does not wait around for her husband's money. She feeds her home.
Hello everyone. Everybody's talking about gender-based violence. Everybody's talking about marriages. Everybody's talking about equality and inequality. What have you? You know, Veekee James is a celebrity. She's popular, and whatever she says, whatever forum she goes to, people are just so particular about giving keen attention and waiting for her to flop, especially when it comes to the issue of marriage. And I really don't know why people feel that Veekee James is not qualified to have an opinion on marriage. Honestly, I beg to differ. That's not fair on her. Being qualified to have an opinion on marriage should not be centered on how long you have been married. I think it's a wrong basis to judge how long time. No. Because have you not seen people who have been married for decades upon decades, and have still not gotten married right? I feel that everyone, regardless, even if you're 3 months married, yes, you can talk about your 3 months experience, and it's fine. Somebody can pick 1 or 2 lessons from it. And talking about entitlement to opinion, please, can people just be a little bit kind when they want to, backlash somebody else and make them feel like your opinion does not matter? We are not all the same, and we cannot all think the same way. So this is because of I saw Ogie Vibes, one YouTuber. I saw her video when she was so personal. Like, at the point you'll be wondering if she knows Veekee James on a personal level, and if maybe they have a personal beef or something. Like, she just really backlashed her and made her feel like, you know what, you're not even, when people are talking, not even come close. I don't think that's fair. I think that's rude. If you want to share your opinion and make another person feel like, you know what, I don't agree with you, please, can you do that respectfully without making the person feel like he or she is a dunce? You see, marriage, like I always say, is partnership. I know that women are created to help. When Eve was created from the rib of Adam, during the creation story, we all know that Eve was made to help, right? Eve was described as man's helpmate. So women were supposed to be helpmates to men. We're supposed to help. So women have this opinion that the man should be everything and all things. Now, even when they want to share responsibilities, they make you feel like the man should be 99% and the woman should be 1%. Now, I draw you back to also what the Bible says about the man and the woman leaving their parents, clinging together and being one. Now, if the man and woman are one, then don't you think that marriage is now supposed to be partnership, more like two becoming one, to agree, to decide, to plan, to organize, to grow, to do everything together? Don't get me wrong. What Veekee James was saying in that women conference, or was it a summit that she went to? What she was saying simply is not that the woman should take full responsibility of the man. Can you people just try to understand conversations within context? And I also got to know that, well, I didn't hear the full clip, but I also got to know that some parts of it were cut out, and then people just put out what they wanted to put out because of the narrative and because of the prejudice they have for Veekee James already. And in all honesty, I agree with the school of thoughts of Veekee James. Women who feel that the man should be everything and anything in the home are just simply leading the younger generations wrongly. We are not in a competition with men. It's nobody is saying you are in a competition. You're competing. According to Ogie Vibes, she's feeling that Veekee James is insinuating that women are in a competition. If the man buys a jet, you also want to buy a jet. If the man buys a mansion, you want to buy a mansion. Not at all. See, personally, right, let me tell you something I prayed for. And be careful what you pray for, right? I would always make this prayer, and he knew my prayer point. He knew that prayer that I always made, because sometimes I prayed it in secret and also prayed it when we were together. I said, God, bless my husband. I want my husband to be a lot more successful. Do you understand? Like, I prayed that my husband should be a lot more successful. I didn't know, probably I was too young, I was naive. It's not like I regret making that prayer, not at all. Not even for a single moment can I regret. But I just feel that in a marriage, the man should be, should be here. should be here. Because when they are more successful, they leave their nature. It's the nature of man to be the sole provider, to be the giver, to take care. I am not contradicting myself. Please hold on. Follow me. But along the line, even though the man in his nature is built to be the provider, is built to want to be in charge, and being in charge, a typical man wants to be in charge when they can do everything. But come to think of it, my fellow women, what will it profit you if the man keeps being the sole provider and you are not able to attain your full potential? You are not able to break out of that mediocrity, that place where you are. Nobody is saying you should be the man. We're only saying be who you are meant to be. Now, some women just feel like because a man should provide, a man should be everything and anything in the home, then I shouldn't do nothing. That's not what Veekee James is saying. I don't think that's what she's saying. And that's not, well, let me not even assume what she's saying. Let me just talk about what I think. It doesn't mean that you should be, mediocre. You should just be left. Some women misinterpret this and they just feel like my husband should go out there, do all the work, come back, give me money to do this, that, take care of me and the children, and I am just there. Now, a lot of women, we need to be pushing out this other side of the narrative. You are only pushing the fact that women should, women should be cared for, women should be provided for. Are you not supposed, if you can marry a wife and, make her pregnant, then you should be able to take full control, you should be able to take good care of her? Yes. And I believe that every man wants to do that because it's in their nature. They are built that way naturally. So if there are exceptions, there are only a few. But most men are built to be in charge and to want to, be in control, take care of their families. However, we also need to be pushing out the narrative that times are gradually beginning to change, and then women are also should be encouraged to be and live their full potentials, bringing in all that God has deposited in them. Because I don't want to agree that God created women to just be at the bottom and wait for the man to feed them, the man to clothe them, the man to, cater for them, put a roof over their head and just be there. What if, just what if something happens to the man? Now, some of you will say, God forbid. Yes, God would forbid it. But can you just plan and know that it is possible? There are people who go through these things and they also did not pray for it. Nobody would wish that bad things should happen to them. But can you just know that the moments you are able, the moments you are thriving as a woman, your children even begin to see you differently. Now, I give you a scenario. My husband recently bought a tablet for my daughter, and then he was going to buy my son's own at another time, right? No, he always gave them targets, say, if you do this and do that, I'll get you this, right? My daughter, met all the criteria. She did what she was supposed to do, and my husband gifted her with her iPad. Now, my son was also in that process of getting, to earn his own iPad. So he eventually did, and my husband bought him his own iPad. Now, it was left with my toddler, my 2-year-old, who needs her own tablet right now. And so there was this thing my daughter said, Mama, you will be the one to buy Hadassah's iPad next. And I was like, why? She said, yes, because Papa bought for me and for Jeffrey, so you will be the one to buy for Hadassah next because Papa has done so well. And it just, it just triggered something in me. I'm like, okay, if my 9-year-old daughter understands partnership, then why would women claim they don't understand partnership? Do you understand? Like, my daughter feels that my husband has done some. Now, look at the proportion, 2 to 1. She feels like it's okay for him to have handled 2. That's fine. And then I can handle when my daughter is at the door. I locked that door so that she doesn't disturb this video. Now she's there already disturbing this video. So, if my daughter understands, she understands that as a woman, you should also be able to Take pride in it. It's not competition. It doesn't mean that you're competing with your husband. No, that's a wrong mindset. And it just simply means that you're trying to cover up the truth, the obvious. The men may not say it because of how they are built. I keep saying this, because of how they are built, the men may not say it. But trust me, a man will value you more, much more, if you take some burdens off his shoulder. I can support in this way. I can support in that way. See, we cannot keep comparing the times of our parents and now. Times have so changed. Times have so changed that it's not the same. It's not the same. Nobody is saying, see, far from feminism, very far from feminism. I'm not a feminist, but I consider myself a womanist. Like, I am a woman. I understand womanism. I understand what it means to be a woman. So women are so driven with this ideology of the man should do everything, he should bring everything, that it begins to drive them to selfishness. Yes, it begins to drive them into selfishness, because sometimes you obviously see that your husband is struggling, but because you have this mindset that he should do everything for you, you wouldn't even bother to step in. I said it in my last video, sometimes this thing may even translate into sin. You might be sinning and you wouldn't even know that you were sinning. So let us be careful the narrative we push out there. Let us be careful how we misinterpret people's opinion. Nobody is saying that we are equal to the man. I am not equal to my husband. He is the man and I can never be the man. I want him to keep being the man. I want to keep respecting him as the man. I want him to be able to provide for the family. And that is why, like I said, I made that prayer. I don't regret that prayer. I know the man I'm married. I prayed for his success because I know that when my husband is successful, he will bring out success in me. He will push me to be successful. You know that some women have this ideology of the man being everything, that even when the man is willing to make them productive, they are not willing to. You would agree with me. Sometimes you see the man will set them up, set businesses for them, try to make them productive, try to make them be their, live themselves, bring out the potentials that they have and translate it into making them successful women. But because they have this mentality of, no, the man should bring everything for me, they just want to lounge in bed, scroll on social media, gossip all day, and just keep bearing children. We need to push out this angle of this narrative. That beyond the man doing everything for you, please, can you be yourself? Can you also live and thrive as a woman? Can you also make your children proud? Because we have daughters, right? And we indirectly, what we do, our action that our daughters see, they take it up. They want to look at us. See, if you become successful as a woman, your daughter looks up to you and she also wants to be successful.